Hey everyone, it's Dr. Antevy from the Coral Springs Parkland Fire Department. We're really excited to be rolling out a new blood test using the Siemens epoc point of care test. This is going to raise the standard of care and ultimately improve patient care from EMS into the hospital. And what's really neat about it is that it just takes this one card, does not require refrigeration, it goes into the reader, and within minutes we can get up to 25 different tests as a printout. We'll be using AI to get the results to our paramedics within seconds. We hope you follow along, and we'll be letting you know about our results very soon.
Hello everyone, I'm Division Chief John Barry from Coral Springs Parkland Fire Department. I want to take a moment to introduce this important training session on the Siemens epoc blood analysis system. In EMS, rapid and accurate decision making is critical, and having access to real-time lab quality blood analysis in the field is a game changer. This technology empowers our crews to assess critical conditions faster and provide more informed treatment at the patient's side. Today, we are fortunate to have Lieutenant Candace Oltz, a dedicated and highly skilled member of our department, leading this training. She's going to walk us through the Siemens epoc system, breaking down its components, functionality, and best practices to ensure we maximize its potential in the field. This session will provide you with the knowledge and confidence to effectively use this tool in real-world scenarios. So, without further ado, I'll hand it over to Lieutenant Oltz to get us started.
Hi everyone, it's Lieutenant Candace Oltz with Coral Springs Parkland Fire Department, and today we're going to take a deep dive into the Siemens epoc blood analysis system. This handheld wireless device allows us to perform comprehensive blood analysis right at the patient's side, giving us results in less than a minute. This technology is a game changer for pre-hospital care, helping us to make quicker and more informed decisions for our patients. Let's start with the basics. The epoc system is made up of three components: the reader, the host, and the test card. The reader is a battery-powered device that actually performs the test. The host is like a tablet. It's where you enter the patient information, control the test, and view the results. And finally, we have the test card, which is single-use and contains necessary sensors and calibration fluid to analyze the sample. The host and the reader work together wirelessly via Bluetooth. Before you start a test, make sure the reader and the host are powered on. To turn them on, just press and hold the power button. Once both devices are on, you should automatically connect, but if they don't, check that Bluetooth is enabled and the devices are within 30 feet of each other. If you're having trouble, just restart both devices. Usually that does the trick. Now let's walk through how to perform the test. First, log into the host by entering your user ID and password. Next, grab a fresh test card. When handling the test card, always hold it by the edges. Never touch the calibration fluid or the sensors. Insert the card into the reader with the blue arrow facing up and towards the device. Once started, the calibration process will start automatically. This takes about 165 seconds, so during that time, you can get your patient sample ready. If you notice the middle light on the reader is flashing, that just means the reader is processing and a small pin is extended to make contact with the test card. If a test card is inserted or removed while the pen is extended, the pen will be damaged and that causes the reader to become inoperable. The only time it's safe to insert or remove a test card is when the middle light is steady. So to remember this, we say, blinking is thinking, steady is ready. The test cards are very sensitive to humidity, and exposure to humidity will cause the reader to reject them and to prompt you to insert a new card. So to avoid this, keep the test cards in their individual packaging until you're ready to insert them into the reader. For sample collection, you have a few options: venous, arterial, and capillary blood. If you're using a syringe, make sure there's no air bubbles in the syringe. The blood samples we collect have to be whole blood to be processed by the epoc reader, so be sure you're not taking a sample from an IO. The reader is not equipped to process blood with bone marrow. Once the calibration is done, the system will prompt you to inject the sample. Attach the syringe to the test card's sample port. Give it a quarter turn to lock it in place, and then gently inject the blood. You'll hear a beep when the sample has been accepted. Don't keep pushing after that or you'll risk overfilling it. The system will then take about 30 seconds to analyze the sample. Once the test is complete, the results will appear on the host. If all values are within normal range, they'll display in white. If something's out of range, it'll show up in yellow, and if a value is critical, it will show up in red. Go ahead and print the results right from the host, as we'll need that in a later step. If you forget, you can always go back and print them later. The device saves up to 500 test results. The printer is also connected via Bluetooth and has a range of about 30 feet to the host to be able to print the results. Make sure the charger for the printer is not confused with the epoch charger, because although they fit together, they're not compatible, and the heat that's generated will damage the printer beyond repair. To keep the epoch system working properly, regular maintenance is key. The device performs an internal quality control check every time you insert a test card, but we also need to do external quality control using commercial control fluids periodically. When it comes to cleaning, use alcohol wipes or mild detergent. You can also use 10% household bleach solution, diluted 9 parts water to 1 part bleach. Avoid the hospital-grade disinfectant wipes, like the purple ones, as they can erode the device and interfere with sodium readings. Battery life is also something to keep in mind. The reader can run about 50 tests on a single charge, but to avoid interruptions, it's best to plug it in between uses whenever possible. Let's go over a few troubleshooting tips. If the reader or the host becomes unresponsive, try holding the power button down for 10 seconds to restart it. If you're having Bluetooth issues, make sure both devices are close together and try turning them off and back on. If an error message pops up, refer to the epoch system manual or reach out to your supervisor for guidance. Now let's talk about how to use the Antevy app to interpret these results. If you're not familiar with it, the Antevy app has a feature specifically designed to assist with understanding the Siemens epoch results. Start by opening the Antevy app by clicking on the menu in the top corner. Look for the Contacts section and then search for Siemens Epoch Analysis tab. Follow the prompts and upload the photo from your picture library. Once uploaded, the app will prompt you to enter a phone number, and within about 15 seconds you'll receive a text with the interpretation of the results, including what each value means and recommended treatments. For added safe measure, before you follow the treatment recommendation, double check that the lab values you're treating match between the printout and the interpretation received via text. This ensures that any potential AI reading errors don't lead to incorrect treatment decisions. That wraps up our training on the Siemens epoch blood analysis system. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Stay safe out there, and thank you for taking the time to learn this important tool.